Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for the latest in local news in the news. Wayne County Superior Court in session all this week with jury trials. The jury trial set to begin today at the Wayne County Courthouse. Another child molestation case. The defendant today, James Eugene Adams, charged with child molestation. The alleged victim, a child under the age of 16. WIFO film will have a full report on Friday's newscast. Superior Court Judge Stephen Scarlett presiding on the bench all this week. Will take a plea this morning at 8:45 a.m., then begin the trial around 9 a.m. this morning. No court in session on Wednesday as the case of the state of Georgia versus Cesar Rodriguez lasted only one day on Tuesday. The Wayne County jury deliberated just 9 minutes before returning with guilty verdicts in that case. Rodriguez is found guilty of child molestation and incest, sentenced to 50 years by Judge Stephen Scarlett, 49 to be served in prison, the remaining years on probation. Assistant DA Katie Gropper prosecuted the case and talked about the case and the sentence after the jury found Rodriguez guilty.
50 years, you had to be pleased. You asked for the maximum, you got the maximum.
Certainly, we're very pleased. I think that Mr. Rodriguez's actions in this case caused irreparable harm, and he poses a significant risk to the community, not just to Wayne County, but to any community that he's in. And I think Judge Scarlett was mindful of that in sentencing him to the maximum allowable under the law.
The defense attorney said this is a sickening case, for a father to impregnate his own daughter, but as you mentioned, the abuse took place for many, many years.
Sure, and we were limited in this case factually with only the offenses that we could prove took place in Wayne County, which was for a much shorter window of time, but certainly the evidence supported that the abuse had occurred in multiple jurisdictions in multiple states over multiple years, and so I also think that's something the court considered in determining what an appropriate sentence would be.
How important do you think the victim impact statements were, by the mother and the daughter? Do you think that had influence on the judge?
Certainly. I think that it certainly did. I think anytime somebody commits a criminal offense, it's not just a question of whether or not they're guilty, but what harm their crime has caused. And I think that when you have a victim and witnesses who have lived through the aftermath of the defendant's actions, articulating to the court how it's affected their lives, that's something that the court cannot unhear, and is certainly something that weighs heavily on the court's mind in determining how to sentence an individual.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll just give those comments to Assistant DA Katie Gropper, who prosecuted the case. Both Rodriguez's wife of 21 years and daughter testified against Rodriguez. Both gave victim impact statements, and both asked judge for the maximum sentence, stating that Rodriguez never showed any remorse and never stated he was sorry. Again, WIFO film will continue to follow the court proceedings this week. Have a full report on today's court case on Friday's newscast. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
Have you heard the Trade Mart? Jessup's best kept secret has moved. The Trade Mart has moved to a bigger location right in front of the Jesup Drive-In. If you need a propane tank filled, guns and ammo, tarps, animal feed, they have it all. The store hours are 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. Call 427-6966, 427-6966. This month's Hunter Special, deer corn for only $7 a bag. That's right, $7 a bag. So for all your guns and ammo needs or animal feed and health needs, go see John at the Trade Mart at their new location in front of the Jesup Drive-In.
The Friday after Thanksgiving is famous for two things: Black Friday and Second Chance Band performing at the Jesup VFW. Come to the VFW and have some fun listening and dancing to the sounds of Second Chance Band. Admission is still just $10. Gather your friends and come have some fun the night of Black Friday and experience the South's premier beach and soul band, Second Chance Band, from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Jesup VFW. It's going to be a good time.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties for over 13 years. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the only nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our new administrative offices, located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, have opened recently as Phase 1 of our building project. Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak to someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
The Wayne County Commissioners conducted interviews with their 3 candidates for the position of county attorney, but no decision made after the interviews on Wednesday. County Administrator Luther Smart says no decision made at this time. The position became open with the resignation of Attorney Bob Smith. 3 attorneys applied for the opening. They are Andy Beaver, Samantha Jacobs, and James Smith. No timetable has been set as to when a new attorney will be named. The Commissioners' next scheduled meeting is the first Monday in December. Jesup City Commissioners met on Tuesday evening. The first item of business was an update on their Gateway grant that they applied for. City of Jesup hoping to gain $50,000 grant that would beautify the Highway 84-301 intersection in Jesup. And with that project, the City of Jesup wants to put up an attractive sign stating "Welcome to the City of Jesup." Sign of that structure, they states, are in the neighborhood of $50,000, but City Manager says the City of Jesup has some bricklayers and some of the work can be done in-house. The grant application deadline was just this week, so it'll be a few months before they learn whether or not they receive that grant. Again, the grant's $50,000. The city also approved a request of $45,000 in emergency funds to repair one of their city's wells, which is badly in need of repair. Dan Clishman of the Water Department told the City Commissioner that the well needs to be repaired. It supplies an industrial area with water. Commissioners approved the request by unanimous vote. City Manager Mike Deal says as much as it pains him, he has been a big advocate and still is of recycling, but the bottom line, he says, is the City of Jesup's recycling program simply is not working. It's costing the City of Jesup $77,000 a year in lost revenue. Deal says the program has become dysfunctional and says their contract with Republic Services says they will not renew the contract when it expires at the end of the year. Deal says they're losing money but simply fulfilling the contract with the city. Republic is having to take the materials to Jacksonville, Florida at $60 a ton, and they're losing money on the program. Deal says as badly as he wants to say it, the program is going backwards, and he told the commissioners, in his opinion, his recommendation to them is to have the City of Jesup simply get out of the recycling business altogether. Deal says he's looked at many options to keep the program afloat. One idea is to charge each city resident $3 more on their garbage bill, but they state that most households are not participating in the program. Deal says it would simply be unfair to the taxpayers to pay for a service that they don't use or participate in. Only 3,200 households are participating. City says that's just under 10%. Once again, their contract ends at the end of December. The mayor and the commissioner is asking that the topic be put on their December agenda for a vote. Mayor says if anyone out there has a suggestion or a solution to please call City Hall. Mike Deal says elected officials sometimes have to make difficult decisions, but he says a decision has to be made because the city simply cannot afford to be in programs that are losing the city money. Again, the City of Jesup losing currently $77,000 a year on their recycling program. DDA Director Micah Kicklighter on hand Tuesday with the financial figures of the 13th Annual City of Jesup Archfest, a big success as discussions had taken place to do away with the Archfest because it was losing money, but thanks to the DDA's efforts and the many volunteer hours by city employees and a committee of volunteers who came together to work on the project, this year's Archfest cleared $5,000 for the City of Jesup. Micah Kicklighter says the downtown business cards were a big success. Figure shows that over $10,000 spent on merchandise in the downtown stores on that one Saturday during the Archfest. Kicklighter says the cards will be available again during the holiday shopping season. Also, the free zip line averaged over 100 kids an hour. Kicklighter says they're bouncing ideas around on how to spend some of the money that was raised. They'd like to use some money towards the toy drive and put $1,000 towards that sign, which will say "Welcome to the City of Jesup" on the Gateway project at the intersection of Highway 84 and 301. Commissioner Ricky Reddish was pleased to see the Archfest thrive again, says it was his idea 13 years ago to begin the downtown Archfest. He thanked all those who worked so hard to make it a success once again this year. Let's look at your Tuesday city meeting. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor and other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
Have you heard the Trademark Jesup's best kept secret has moved? The Trademark has moved to a bigger location right in front of the Jesup Drive-In. If you need a propane tank filled, guns and ammo, tarps, animal feed, they have it all. The store hours are 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. Call 427-6966, 427-6966. This month's Hunter Special deer corn for only $7 a bag. That's right, $7 a bag. So for all your guns and ammo needs or animal feed and health needs, go see John at the Trademark at their new location in front of the Jesup Drive-In.
Hi folks, this is Ralph Hickox, Wayne County Commissioner. I'd like to invite you to come to the historic Trail Hickox Inn this Saturday from 9 to noon for coffee, donuts, conversation, and if you like, tour the inn. The Trail Hickox house is listed on the National Registry of Historic Homes, and my lovely wife Jamie, along with Miss Peggy Hickey, has beautifully decorated for Christmas already. I also have invited the rest of the county commissioners, the city commissioners, as well as some other local and state officials. I'm a firm believer in ours being a government of the people, for the people, and this is an opportunity for you to come hear what we're doing as your representatives, why we did it, and what we're planning on doing. It's also a chance for you to express your views and opinions, good or bad, or just plain visit with us. This county is all of ours, and the future is important, and I want your input. Again, this is Ralph Hickox inviting you to come have coffee, donut, and conversation this Saturday from 9 to noon at the historic Trowel Hickox House at 256 East Cherry in Jesup. God bless, and I hope to see you there.
Morton Collision is located at 1320 West Pine Street in Jesup. Morton's offers free estimates, 23-hour towing, and they guarantee their work. Call 427-3769 or after hours 912-294-6140. The staff at Morton Collision Center works with all insurance companies. So for guaranteed work with a qualified staff, go to Morton Collision at 1320 West Pine Street in Jesup. Morton Collision, quality you can see.
Final notes and news. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce wants to invite the community to attend a ribbon cutting and Christmas open house at the Trowel Hickox Historic Inn today at 256 East Cherry Street. The event's going to be held at 5:30 p.m. Public invited to attend and join in the celebration. The Wayne County Toy Drive's underway. Some of the boxes are out around town. If you'd like to make a donation, simply stop by City Hall. You can also make a monetary donation. And last year, the Toy Drive provided Merry Christmas to over 1,000 kids in the county. It all happens with volunteers and donations. Once again, if you'd like to contribute or make a donation to the Toy Drive, simply call or stop by City Hall. The number 427-1313. Reminder, a couple Christmas parades set for the upcoming weekends. On Saturday, December 5th is the Downtown Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade. The deadline to make an entry into the parade is December 2nd. The theme of this year's parade is Traveling Home for a Southern Christmas. Chamber is still taking and looking for any business that would like to be a sponsor of the parade as well. If you need more information about the Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade, simply call the Chamber at 427-2028. Scriven's Christmas Parade will be the following Saturday, December 12th at 4 p.m. in Scriven. Entry into the Scriven Christmas Parade, a new toy for the Wayne County Toy Drive. Scriven's Christmas Parade theme is Load Up the Sleigh. Also that Saturday before the parade, a Cruise into Christmas car show that will take place between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Grace Community Park on Bill Royal Street. Pictures with Santa from 1 to 3 at the Grace Community Center. Need more information on the Scriven Christmas Parade, call Scriven City Hall at 579-2211. And finally in the news, the holidays are quickly approaching. No better way to begin celebrating the holidays than to attend this Sunday evening's community Thanksgiving church service being held this Sunday at 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church in Jesup. Speakers that evening will be Pastor Mickey Tomlin and Reverend Jack Lee. Everyone's invited to attend. There will be a community choir providing the music and a community Thanksgiving service to kick off this holiday season. Once again, that's Sunday at 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church. We'll have more on that on Friday's Butch and Bob Show. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.
You've been listening to local news on WIFO.
At First Southern Bank, we understand how important your time is, and that's why we've added the latest banking technologies like mobile banking, online banking, deposit capture, and bill pay. Our team of bankers makes lending decisions locally with fast turnaround times. For over 100 years, South Georgia